Okay, welcome ladies and gentlemen. It's Shane Gilfeather here, your host for tonight as we enter round 10 of the V8 League at Racecentre. Tonight we're racing across the ditch in New Zealand, Pukekohe, which unfortunately for the real boys will see the last round ever, if you believe the news and what Pukekohe Raceway has said. They're actually going to concentrate more on the horse racing side of the venue, so we hope it reopens, but until then, this looks like it'll be the last race with us at Pukekohe in New Zealand. They may replace it with other tracks like Highlands or Taratonga, which I doubt, but here we are. We'll see what happens. Keep your eyes posted. But it's round 10 tonight. We're on track in quali at the moment as we're watching David Baker in the background. Tonight we've got all tyres available to the boys. So we've got the softs in white band, the wets in green, and the hard tyre in yellow. So keep an eye out for that if you've got a keen eye on the side of the cars. Okay, so after last round was Sandown, round 9. It definitely stirred up the standings as it was double points awarded. We see Craig Broadbent stretching his lead even further with his Scott Flack, Harrison Tebb, your top 3. Daniel Opedisano moving up a couple of spots into P4, and David Baker dropping, losing that P4 to Opedisano in the Racecentre livery there. Chris McLennan moving up a couple of spots. He had a really good race there, and Bradley Martin not so you'll see him drop down a couple of spots as well. Matt Collins remains the same. Justin Bryce firing into the top 10 with that last round at Sandown, and Eli Newman remains just in the top 10. All right, as I said, we are in quali. We're going to go straight to it, and we'll bring up, see who's who and who's quicker at the moment. So we can see Craig Broadbent, series champion leader at the moment, posting a 59.6 with a Harrison Tebb. Actually, we'll bring up a few new cameras tonight. We're inundated with driver cameras. So we've got Bradley, let's see here. Okay, so that's Bradley Mays on screen at the moment. He's currently in where is he? I can't see him on track at the moment, so I honestly can't see him now. I can see him driving, but I can't see him on screen. Hopefully he can get sorted and get on track, but that's definitely Bradley Mays on screen. So we can see Bradley Martin, the other Bradley on screen. He's racing from home. That's the back end of David Baker. So we can see him driving around. Who else have we got? We've got Harrison Tebb joining, currently P3 in the championship. That's Harrison Tebb driving from home. Got a new Sim Magic Formula wheel, so he's loving that one. And that's bolted to a Sim Experience AccuForce. Eli Newman's racing with us from inside Racecentre here on one of our 4Motion Sims, the D-Box system. We have a couple of different simulators available here at Racecentre. And Justin Bryce from Byron, you can see the reflection of him, so we get him at both angles. So we wish them all well throughout the race. We've got 4.5 minutes to go. Craig Broadbent still smashing it out in front with a 1/100th gap over Alex Kiddis. Great qualifying efforts from him. Hopefully he stays up there. We like to see new names up the front. We've got James Spotto joining us as well for the first time. We're not too sure where he's from, but hope he does well. I'd like to introduce Hamish Gebby from New Zealand. He'll be driving, not in the mellow yellow, he's in He's in the, that's the Brad Jones car. Alba Askew switching to Ford. Braden Pritchard is joining us. He was a rookie at one of our British touring cars. We haven't seen, we did see him at Sandown, but had a shocker there, so hopefully he'll be back up the front. And his good mate Matt Collins in the MJ Build Constructions entry. He dominated at the British touring car last week, and he's on form to be up front for this race. So Justin Bryce circulating the Team 18 car, normally sponsored by Service Australia. That's Scott Flack in the mellow yellow entry, currently in P4. Harrison Tabb putting it up the front at the moment. He's sprained his ankle quite badly a couple of weeks ago, so and that's his brake foot, I think, that's been affected. So he's slowly recovering there. So he looks like he's doing a good job. Eli Newman warming up the tyres there for Leadfoot Racing. Johnny Jr. racing from here at Racecentre headquarters at Entertainment Park. He's currently in 16. Troy Jaslowski in the net entry. He's gone to the Ford for P15 at the moment. Bill Cosmo in the other shell. He's currently in P14. Hamish Gebby, as I said, one of our newer drivers tonight. He's in P13 at the moment. David Baker is not doing too great in qualifying at the moment. Just needs to get his head down. But he's in P12. That's not a bad effort from him. Alba Axku's down into P11. Christian Conn, I love this entry. The Larry Perkins, and it's Christian Condid. Sorry, I must apologise to Christian. I've been pronouncing it wrong for the last few rounds. Christian Condid in P10 in that Larry Perkins entry. Beautiful car. And Brad Martin, as we saw the driver cam earlier, he's in for Team Navy. So we can see him on the driver cam. Brad Martin currently in P9. So the boys are out there, they're all out there at the same time, but we can't see them all at once. It's what we call a private qualifying session. So they're all out there smashing the fastest laps, but they won't get caught up in the traffic and, you know, jostling for track position. There are track limits, so if you do exceed track limits, it will negate your fastest lap. So they've got to really post the closest time. Justin Bryce, I just went to Justin Bryce while I was in P1, but Broadbent's just pipped him there just as I crossed. It doesn't look like Justin we could see a quicker lap from Justin if we stay on board with him. This is his last opportunity, as the checkered flag for quali will come out in 10 seconds time. So Bradley Martin there, just happy to sit there and wait for the rest of the quali. Currently in P10 at the moment. Justin Bryce in his full motion sim with Pimax VR glasses. Looks like a Next Level Racing seat mover, V3. And Teb currently in P3 at the moment. Alex Kiddis, P4. James Spotto, one of our newer drivers, he's quite comfortable in P5, so see how he goes tonight. Okay, so he crosses the line, doesn't advance, he'll start in P2. Only got a couple of guys out on track at the moment. The blue numbers next to the name indicates that they're in the pits. So we'll see if Teb's on a flyer. No, he's crossed the line over to the checkered. Okay, who else is out there? We've got Jaslowski. Is he on a flyer? Can't see him out there. Jaslowski. Looks like he's in the pits. Johnny Jr. He's already been shown the checkered. And we've got Eli in the garage, and Brad Mays is, looks like he's just popped in. And that's his livery there. Look out for that one. Okay, so we're in the warm-up. We might go to a quick commercial break, make sure everyone's ready, and then we'll get in a race.
There is nothing like the mountain, the speed, the history, and most importantly, the sound. It's part of the Bathurst 1000, and now it's part of your whiskey too. Aged to perfection with the sweet sounds of a roaring V8 pumping through each oak barrel. Like a perfect lap of the mountain, each sip will leave you wanting more. For the second year, Ned Australian Whiskey brings you.
Okay, welcome back. The boys are gritting up. First race, 15 laps. Getting nervous. We've got a few new guys. We're not too sure how they are. You know, whenever a group gets a new driver, they always try and suss them out and see how they are. But we've had a couple of new entrants. Looks like Matthew Pritchard finished in 17. So I can't see who's mixed up. But anyway, here we go. 15 laps. Good luck to all. The engines rise, the revs rise, ready to go. Race 1, 15 laps, as you can see on the scoreboard. Here we go. 19 drivers, a full field tonight. That's the start. We're off and running. Justin Bryce and Craig Broadbent up the front. Justin Bryce's got the better line, but Broadbent's going to move over in a better position through the S's as they all squeeze through. They all get through the first few corners very well. Oh, as I say that, Pritchard's just been tailed. And looks like he's going to fall to the back, so he's got a lot of work to do. Hamish Gabby, one of our rookies, slides up into P13. Just tries to get in the draft of, we're seeing, who's that in the, could be Matthew Pritchard in the Chaz Mostert livery. Just gets through JJ, Johnny Jr., or Troy Czeslowski, no, Johnny Jr., as I said. But Craig Broadbent still out the front. He's stretched that lead already. Teb. It's Teb and Bryce down the main straight. Oh, and a big sideways moment there. Not too sure what happened there, but that's a shell. That looks like Kiddis. Alex Kiddis is sliding down the back there. He's going to have to wait for the full field to get through as he wants to do a U-turn as Teb gets the job done on Bryce. Matt Collins up in a P4, still in hot form from last week, but he's got Scott Flack going to chase him down. David Baker moving up in a P6. Great effort. And right behind him is Christian Condi trying to get up the inside. Will he outbreak David Baker for move up in a P5? Yes, he does. Great job there. Baker's got the opportunity to come back on Condi. Oh, Baker just getting it slippery, getting on the loud pedal very early, coming out of there. Matt Collins trying to get up Bryce. Bryce is slipping a couple, but he's just got to settle in. He's got some charging. Collins getting the better of Flack. He's got in between these two, and this is where the race is at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. We're only on lap 2 of 15. Very short, sub 1 minute lap, so going to be a shortish race, but these guys still need to look after their tyres, as it looks like most of them are on softs. So we'll just go to the tyre indicator. A few on softs, a couple on hards, which strange selection for a shorter race, but anyway, maybe they're just worried about the front left really burning up. Craig Broadbent stretching that lead now. It's over 2.5 seconds ahead of Bryce and Collins. Race 1, I can see someone, James Spotto, was doing well up the front, but he's sliding back there. He's in the Red Bull car. I'm trying to spot who's just in front of him. Looks like Brad Mays in his new livery. Well, it looks like a new livery because it hasn't loaded properly, but that's who I've been looking out for, Brad Mays in P14. Eli Newman from the back of the grid. He's moved up a couple of spots into P16 for Leadfoot Racing. It's in the Holden ZB at the moment, but he's got the charging Braden Pritchard drafting him down the straight. Will he come out in the braking zone to gain another position? Oh, but he's got, who's that? Kiddis. That's Kiddis. Want to take both of them at the same time. Oh, getting caught up there. Probably not the move, but we'll see if he gets it done. He does. He gets through. Pritchard holds position, but Kiddis moves up a couple of spots. Go back to the front. Broadbent still out in front. Teb stretching his lead in front of Justin Bryce. This is where the race is. Look at this. Christian Condi moving straight up to the back of this group. We've lost one. David Baker's there as well. I feel like we've lost a position. Scott Flack it was. Has lost a couple of spots, moving down into P7. So we're watching David Baker, see how far he is in the windscreen. But this is Justin Bryce featured in the driver cam here. He's starting to stretch out. Matt Collins just got caught up with Condi, I should say, and Condi moves up in a P4 in the Larry Perkins livery. Christian's racing with us from here at Racecentre at Entertainment Park headquarters. So we see Matt Collins settling in a P5, and he's got David Baker. So I don't know if Collins is heating up his tyres too much, and he's just opening himself up to the other guys who's really looking after the tyres. We'll watch Baker as he tries to get through on this corner here, just settling the Mustang to overtake the Holden ZB MJ Build Constructions entry. Oh, and that's Pritchard in the background. He's stuck there at the moment. I can't see him trying to move. Stuck on hard tyres. It looks like he's wedged in there. Oh, that's unlucky. You can see the front spoiler stuck in the tyre barrier. He's not going to be able to get that out. And he's still stuck at the back there. Hamish Gabby has moved up as we see Justin Bryce in the windscreen, in the driver cam at the moment. He's not going to get himself out of there in a hurry. We'll go back to the front. It's Harrison Tebb out in front. Sorry, not in front, in P2. We've lost his camera as well for some reason. But he's comfortable sitting in P2 at the moment. Christian Conn up into P3, gets the job done on Justin Bryce. We can see Baker got the job done on Matt Collins as well. So a lot of speed at the start, but they're both locked up. But they managed to get it through. Maybe it's a tyre selection why Justin Bryce has slipped back, and it looks like Matthew Collins is stuck on hards as well. So I'll bring that tyre selection back up. Yeah, we can see Condi really chasing Bryce down, and Collins is on the hards as well. So it's not paying off for this race, but we're only halfway through the first race, so watch this towards the end of the race. Maybe the hards will come back in as the guys on softs will really struggle to keep the heat out of the tyres. It's a constant right-hand turn, so the front lefts are really going to be punished throughout this circuit. Harrison Tebb now is just a bit back from Craig Broadbent. Absolutely annihilating the field here, 4 seconds ahead of Tebb. Christian Condi is defending Justin Bryce here, and David Baker's wanting to move up in a P4 ahead of Justin Bryce. You can see just the front just struggling to turn in. We see Baker trying to get in the back of Bryce at the moment. It looks like a three-way battle for P4. Bryce is trying to move over. We've got Baker, and that's Matt Collins in the background. Look at the front. Yeah, you can see the inertia of the cars really pushing as really tricky entry onto the front straight. It's a harsh enough bend where you can't just go flat out. You really need to pick your line on these V8s. There's too much horsepower, so in effect it's an understeer where you the harder you go, the more outside the track you go. So they do need to back off at a certain point down the main straight, unless they get the entry to that last turn spot on. And we've got Flack coming up the back of this group now. He dropped back down to 7 from P4 earlier, and he's wanting to make that up. He's got a couple of guys in his windscreen, but he's outbroken himself. Just manages to hold it back in. Okay, so we're on board with Matt Collins at the moment, chasing down David Baker in front of him for P5. Penalty for James Spotto. Could be track limit. See if I can get that information for you at home as to why he got that penalty. Things are heating up towards the front here. We've also got a battle between Bill Cosmo and Eli Newman, although that's just stretched out as they've gone through the next sector. Starting to space out a little bit. We can see that Matt Collins' rotor's really lighting up the front there. Scott Flack is always patient, just waiting for the moment to get the job done. But he doesn't want to waste too much time here. As I can't see any direct messages coming through as to why that's a penalty for James Spotto's there. So we'll plug on Christian Condi's awesome job up into P3. Justin Bryce settling into P4, and David Baker, racing from Entertainment Park here, is chasing down Justin Bryce in P4. Scott Flack's got the job done now on Matt Collins, moving up into P6, and it looks like they're lapping, not Pritchard, that might be Hamish Gabby, no, James Spotto. So he should be given the blue flags because it looks like he served his penalty. James Spotto in the one of our what we'll call a rookie because he hasn't raced with us before. Good to see him turn up, but unfortunately cops a penalty that's putting him back down further down the grid, and that's him going into the grid pit lane. But I just saw the end of Brad Martin just hit the wall there, getting really loose. Craig Broadbent coming up to lap him. And it's lap 12 of 15. Broadbent, other than the challenge at the front, as we see Brad Martin just giving away their great racecraft there to let the position go, or let the lap cars go through, I should say. And Harrison Tebb still keeping in touch, but the gap is up to 7 seconds now. Christian Condi still in P3. Some light cloud covers brought a bit of shade, and looks like Flack now up into P5, just got the job done on Baker. And that's for P5, so Baker relegated back down to P6 at the moment. Oh, if he collects here, he should gain some spots here, and we'll go on board with Baker there. We can't, no, we're on board with Flack. Or Baker really settling in there just behind Flack, trying to get the run on, but he's, that little balk has cost him. You can see the distance growing there. Got a yellow cleared in sector 3 there, but Baker trying his best to stay with Flack and hold position. Doesn't look like he's got too much challenge behind him, as Alex Kiddis is coming down the main straight at the moment. And Alex, that's from the rear of the field. He had that earlier spin, and he's already got himself back up into P7. That's an awesome effort from him. Alpa Axku, Brad Mays, fighting off Brad Pritchard. Braden Pritchard, I should say. Again, from the back of the field, has worked his way up into P10. He's really settled in. Bill Cosmo settled quite nicely into P7. So too Troy Jaslowski with his new PC. And Bradley Martin wants to move up a couple of spots if he can, as he's just got the job done on Eli Newman. But you can see Harrison Tebb right behind them trying to cut through the field because it is a short lap. That was a great job from Eli again to let the leaders through, as Harrison Tebb just getting through the field there. So it's Broadbent, Tebb, Condi, your top 3, Justin Bryce. And clear air, it looks like, in P4. Baker 5 coming down the main straight, but it looks like Baker's still in touch, you know, dropping it down, but probably not enough. There's only 2 laps to go in the race. Braden Pritchard still on the back of Brad Mays. This is for position. So will Brad Mays get the run out of the corner, both in the Mustang. He's got to tuck in the draft there and really think about the braking zone. We'll see towards the end, will he get up in the middle? He's not close enough to make a move, so it's Brad Mays holds P9 and Pritchard in 10. See the car just swirling around there under heavy brakes. It's a harsh hairpin. We'll call it a hairpin. It really turns in on itself. And this is a fast-flowing, what I call a switchback, a really long switchback. And there's Pritchard going up into P9. You can see how easy it is to get off in the grass. If you don't have the approach right, you'll just wash out into the grass because you want to keep the foot down to get maximum momentum down the main straight, but it's always going to cost you because it's going to force you out. And Braden Pritchard collects as he moves up. We're on the last lap now with Craig Broadbent, and that's the finish. We just managed to cut it across, and here comes Harrison Tebb crossing the line in P2. Oh, someone in the background, I think that's Eli Newman. No, it's Matt Collins crossing for what I assume is P5. So we've lost a couple of spots there, but it's Harrison Tebb. I'm not too sure what's happened to him. I'll have to check out what happened to Harrison Tebb, but it looks like he's dropped down to what looked like a comfortable P2. He's dropped all the way back down into P16. We'll have to get our pit reporters to find out what went on there, but looks like he's crossed the line in where is he? Tebb. Not too sure. We'll find out in the commercial break as to what happened there. Looks like some of the drivers are crossing the line now, so just bring up the race results here. All right, so it's Craig Broadbent in the lead, Christian Connor provisional P2, Justin Bryce P3, David Baker takes P4, great effort from him. Scott Flack holds in P5. Alex Kiddis from that earlier spin comes back up into P6. Abba Axku in P7. Brad Mays doing a great job from the back, bring it back in P9. So too Braden Pritchard after that earlier spin regains for P9. Bill Cosmo in P11. Harrison Tebb finishing in P11 at the moment. Matt Collins in P12. Bradley Munn also P12. We'll have to sort this out. Eli Newman in 14. So too JJ. Troy Jaslowski in 16. James Spotto 17. Hamish Gebby in 18. And Matthew Pritchard rounds out the P19. Unfortunately getting stuck in that tyre barrier. So we'll set up race 2 and we'll be right with you after these commercial breaks.
Entertainment Park has so much to it.
And we are proud to announce that we have joined forces with this incredible place. They've got simulation cars.
You can choose your own car like a Formula One.
Or V8 supercars, and you can choose your own track. I love the mountain. I'm king of the mountain. Not Mount Jewett, Mount Panorama.
Plus, there's an incredible go-kart track. No fumes, no smell.
And it's got a booster button too.
These booster buttons, unlike a video game, they're real. I'll catch you. Beat your fastest lap. Challenge your friends.
Have a feed at the cafe with an unbelievable menu. What? Dessert, coffee, and of course, a fully licensed bar.
10-pin bowling, video games, skills testers, laughs, play area, chill out areas and lounges, DJs and fun music.
It's safe, friendly, and plenty of parking. But some people drive to the city for that.
That's stupid.
Book now at entertainmentpark.com.au. Not just for kids. Tahir, tell them about Entertainment Park.
Well, this place, it's like, it's...
My favourite place in the world!
The thing about this place is that...
It's fun for all ages, no matter what your age. You'll love it.
What I really want to say about Entertainment Park is,
They have the best go-karts plus a great cafe. Games, bowling, simulation, but the go-karts, oh my God, they are so much fun.
look, the thing is that this place is...
Perfect for my birthday party. Everyone said it was the best birthday party ever. Yeah!
What I really want to say about this place is...
Just say it!
It's a fully hectic, oh my God, venue.
Finally! Entertainmentpark.com.au. And as Tahir says, it's hectic.
And oh my God. Entertainment Park has so much to it.
And we are proud to announce that we have joined forces with this incredible place. They've got simulation cars
You can choose your own car like a Formula One.
or V8 supercars, and you can choose your own track. I love the mountain. I'm king of the mountain. Not Mount Jewett, Mount Panorama.
Plus, there's an incredible go-kart track. No fumes, no smell.
And it's got a booster button too.
These booster buttons, unlike a video game, they're real. I'll catch you. Beat your fastest lap. Challenge your friends.
Have a feed at the cafe with an unbelievable menu. What? Dessert, coffee, and of course, a fully licensed bar.
10-pin bowling, video games, skills testers, laughs, play area, chill out areas and lounges, DJs and fun music.
It's safe, friendly, and plenty of parking. But some people drive to the city for that.
That's stupid.
Book now at entertainmentpark.com.au. Not just for kids.
Okay, we're getting ready for race 2. It's a reverse grid of the qualifier results of the night so far. So the boys have got a minute to set their tyres and fuel loads. It's going to be a 20-lap race this time. So the boys should be warmed up, ready to go. We've got reverse geared, so some of the slower drivers towards the front. We've got Eli Newman, Troy Jaslowski, Matt Pritchard, who came late. Revs are rising, we're waiting for the lights. Here we go. And there's the green. Troy Jaslowski a bit slow. Eli Newman getting a great start off the line there. And he's taken us round to turn 1 out in front for Leadfoot Racing. And there's a bit of a mess down there. It looks like Troy Jaslowski just running off the road there. Oh, and that's Hamish Gebby not having a great start to the evening. Just getting turned around. There's another pile up there. That's David Baker sideways. A massive, massive pile up. We'll go back, see who's coming out on top there. We've got Justin Bryce just trying to get through the melee. And Bill Cosmo just moving up as well. So looks like the biggest ones hurting out. That one was Hamish Gebby and David Baker. Alex Kiddis once again getting caught up, but he'll come back through the front. Alba Axcu in the Monster settles up in a P9. Troy Jaslowski, Pritchard. He's a very quick driver. We should see him stretch out the front there. He's got his brother Braden Pritchard. That reminds me, I'll bring up the initials and the first name so we can tell the Pritchards apart. We've got B. Braden and Matt Pritchard. You can see on screen Matt Pritchard and his brother in front in the Super Cheap Auto. Racing from different locations. Braden's racing with us here at Racecentre and Matt's racing from home. So if you ever want to get involved, make sure you join us or get in contact with us. And follow the links in the description as Matt Pritchard's trying to stay away. Christian Conn charging up the field now. He had a great enter race 1, finishing P2. There's a big pile there. I saw a flash of orange, and you know what that means. That's Craig Broadbent. Where is he now? So that's for P8. Oh, he's come in the pits. I don't know if he's got a penalty. That's the only reason why you would come in for a penalty. And I'll just see Craig Broadbent got a drive through for a false start. So he's jumped the start, and James Spotto, I can see, has been given a stop and go. I can't see why. But he's got a 10-second stop and go. So he must have jumped the start by a fair bit. So bad news for Craig Broadbent at Pukekohe. He's serving a penalty straight away, getting balked. Harrison Tebb, he's got Alpa Axcu right on his tail now. Oh, Tebb just clipping the back of Christian Condi there. I'm not too sure if Condi spun around. I can't see the... Oh, he has to. That's... Oh, he's going to come back on right in front of the other drivers. Not a good idea. But he manages to settle back into P12. He'll get himself back up the field. And the two shell cars behind them. Oh, bit of a mess here, but Con just needs to put his head down, and Condi needs to put his head down as Pritchard's defending against Alpa Axcu up the inside. As Alpa gets the job done there, we've still got driver cam of Eli Newman there. So Pritchard will want to stay as close to Alpa Axcu as possible. The other car looks like Matt Collins has changed to the Mustang through the break. He was in the ZB for the MJ Constructions, but he's thinking that the Mustang's going to get him further up as he's holding on to Harrison Tebb quite nicely, and that's James Spotto in the DeWalt car. His other car was throwing a few issues on the server there. Got just lucky. David Baker moving up already up into the top 10. And Bill Cosmo behind him with Christian Condi, and that's Eli Newman down in 13, giving way to Hamish Gebby. No, that was Alex Kiddis, I should say. So he's charging up the field as well. Back up front is Bradley Martin, Team Navy. Let's give him some credit as he's out there in P1 at the moment, quite nicely with Braden Pritchard in P2. Brad Martin's got a 1.3 second lead ahead of Braden Pritchard at the moment. The gap's up to 1.6 as he comes around the hairpin. And Brad's always been a cool, calm, collected customer. Even got the Team Navy merchandise with the hat and shirt. So if you ever want to get a piece of that, just drop him a line and let him know. Brad Martin dominating out front. The gap coming down now. Braden just dropped half a second through that half lap. And you can see the gap closing. And Alpa Axcu's on a charge too. You can see him behind in the Monster Energy Mustang. He's got Harrison Tebb behind him too. So, it's all going to get nice and pretty towards the end. We're already in lap 6 of 20. And it's all heating up here at Pukekohe. Beautiful weather here on the South Island, I think. No, I think it's North Island. I can't remember. But Braden Pritchard closing up that gap now. We'll see what the tyre selection was for this race. As it is quite longer, did the guys go on hards? Yes, Alpa Axcu's climbing up the field, probably because he's running the softs there. The other guys are just nursing those hards to make sure they make it to the end of the race. Harrison Tebb, Matt Collins will be coming up pretty soon on Alpa to let them know that they're there. But this is for the lead. Bradley Martin, Braden Pritchard flying the flag for the Ford Mustang here at Pukekohe. Pritchard getting up the inside. Does he get the job done? He touches, unsettles. And they both come together. That's... Brad just getting back on track off the racing line to get going again. And it looks like Braden spun around in that ordeal as well. Okay, sorry about that. I've just had to help one of our drivers who had a mechanical electrical issue as well, and just restarting the game for them. Braden Pritchard, unfortunately, had to get his wheel reset mid-race. So James Spoto up into P5, doing a great job in his second race. Bradley Martin still retains P6 after that incident with Pritchard coming on the main straight, so he'll definitely recover quite well from that position. Matt Pritchard falling back down a little. As Matthew Collins and Alpa Axcu. So this is where the race is at the moment now, with Alpa Axcu chasing down Harrison Tebb. There's a gap there. So we've got the Holden ZB out front, and we need to roll back the footage after the round to see what happened to Harrison Tebb, to see what we need to do with the points from race 1. But that didn't affect his start position for this race, as it's reverse quali of the reverse grid of the quali result. Anyway, Harrison Tebb out in front. Where's Craig Broadbent? Oh, he's struggling in P17 after taking that penalty early. He's now on the charge through. Okay, so Broadbent's got a lot of work to do as we're lapping, looks like Troy Cieslowski at the moment, P16. He's got Eli Newman. No, this is actually for position because Craig's up the back. So the guys don't need to go out of their way, but I'm sure they know who he is and just letting him go through it in the moment. The next one up ahead of the road is Hamish Kebby. So Broadbent up into P14 at the moment. Looks like we've got Christian Condi, and Bill Cosmo and Johnny Jr. He's racing from here at Racecentre as well on our full motion simulators. Oh, he's going to get the job done on the inside. No. Oh. You've really got to protect the rear of the car. We know that pit manoeuvres useful for cops in America to take out runaway cars. So you definitely got to protect that rear quarter, because it is so easy to get the car loose and turn the other car around if you hit it too hard. But anyway, they both stay on track. Well done to both of them. As Justin Bryce is also struggling after that earlier incident. But Baker, I'm trying to see where he is from that earlier incident. There he is in P8 in the Racecentre livery. Team Racecentre in the Ford Mustang. Beautiful. Oh, he's got his mate in-house, both racing from here at Racecentre, and Christian Condi right behind him. This is for P8 and 9. Matthew Pritchard still holding firm in P17 at the moment. And see Condi just taking a different line to Baker. Baker went into the corner hard but had to back off. Condi did it the opposite way around, and look at the time he's gaining on the inside. Really wrestling that car in 5th gear now. Heavy braking. Ooh. He's braking a lot easier than Baker. Baker looks like he's braking a lot earlier than Condi, coming onto the back straight now. Will he sneak it up the inside? Baker's protecting the line. We see the gear change down at first. A bit of smoke coming up from Baker's rear there, trying to get the car to turn in. Down to the hairpin, down to first gear again. Really got to relax on the throttle coming out of that corner. Really getting on the back here. Take this far left if you can, and then you got to clip that inside ripple to get a good run out of here. But he hasn't had a good as much run coming out of that corner, as we can see. He'll get him under braking here, I'm sure, coming into turns 2 and 3. Yeah, look at the ground he's closing. He needs to think about where he's going to get a good run. Gets up the inside, gets the job done. And that's Con taking the job from Baker, moving up into P8. Great job from him. So it's still Teb out front, doing a great job. And here's Alpa Aksu, really keeping Harrison Teb honest there, but not really gaining much. Matt Collins, and there's Scott Flack right behind him. Bradley Martin moving back up into P5 ahead of Alex Kittis. This is the next battle here. On board with Scott Flack now as we're on the back of Matt Collins trying to chase him down. Got to look hard into the inside, get a good exit. But Matt Collins very strong through that section. I think it's his great driving and the Ford Mustang really helping him here. Oh, touching the brake mid-corner is not the best for top speed down the end of the straight. We're probably going to see that towards the braking zone here. Oh, braking nice and long, just settling the car. We can hear Scott Flack really looking after his tyres there. He'll go out wide and come back in early. Get on the gas a lot earlier, so he's trying to sneak up, but he short shifted into third. I think that's just to settle the rear end of the car down, but it's cost him in top end speed, I think. Oh, he tries to get up the inside, but he's not going to get it done this lap. But he's right up there. And so we're still on board Scott Flack chasing down Matt Collins. This is the battle for P3 at the moment. Teb just stretching that lead. We can see we're closing up to, looks like Alpa just up ahead here. It's a better line from Flack if he gets on the gas a bit earlier now. We'll close back in under braking, turn 2, sweeping first turn. Heavy braking. Oh, taking all the ripples there. See if he tries to fake a dive up the inside, but Collins too strong. Getting a bit squirrely, maybe he'll get it through this corner here. Definitely closes up, but not enough to threaten Collins. We'll take it to the next corner, see if he gets the job done here. Goes for a nice long dive, but it's too early in the race. It's in the third quarter of the race. That's Flack on Collins for P3 at the moment. I can see a battle for P5 as well. Oh, Kittis trying to get it done on the inside, but Martin playing it safe, and it paid off for him as Kittis outbroke himself and locked up and skidded, and that's given Bradley Martin a breath of fresh air as he comes round on lap 17 in P5. So Craig Broadbent up into P9 now, not where he's used to being. Alex Kittis coming into pit lane. I think that's tyres. He must have flat spotted him on that last lock up there. And is this for position? That's Broadbent up on Justin Bryce. So this is for position. Maybe Bryce is struggling on tyres here. Oh yes, we can see him just slipping out. Oh, did he spin? Oh, almost caught the rear end of Broadbent as Broadbent goes through into P7. And Bryce's tyres is on. He's on the softs, so he's probably struggling with this longer race. We definitely know the third race is going to induce a pit stop, which is what we want to see. David Baker sliding down in the back of the field, P16. I'm not too sure what's going on there. and Pritchard also. So I think they've actually come in for a pit stop, which is if you... No, they haven't come in for pits, so I'm not too sure what's gone on. James Spotto has recovered well in P10. I won't say Spotto, I think it's Spotto, but JJ's got a penalty for speeding in pit lane. So unfortunately he'll drop back if he doesn't serve that before the end of the race. There is only 2 laps to go as Harrison Tebb's dominating out in front. We'll see how he gets the job done, as hopefully we've got the camera back for him. No, we don't. So I've lost a couple of cameras here tonight. I'm not too sure what's going on there. But it's Harrison Tebb out front, and that's... I'll go back to Alpa as he's trying to lap the rear of the field, and Matt Collins is in there as well in the other Monster Energy car. So that's SCT car's a lap vehicle, which probably needs to stay out of the way. As we'll stay with Collins, just getting in the way of Flack. Flack's not going to be part of this unless he gets through pretty quickly. This will be the second last lap of the race. We'll be crossing for the 20th lap of the race out of 20s. Flack's still struggling to get through on... that's Hamish Gebby from New Zealand. He's one of the local boys. Squeeze and Flack out. I'm not too sure if he was trying to give way, but Flack was already on the outside. But Flack makes his way through anyway, and he moves, gives some time to Christian Conn. He's got plenty of time for Christian. Harrison Tebb on the last lap now, coming down the main straight. The only other close battle is Eli Newman and Alex Kittis, which I think Kittis just moved through there as we crossed to them. That's Eli Newman racing from our shop here at Racecentre at Entertainment Park in Bankstown. But we'll stay with Harrison Tebb taking us round to the checkered flag. Here he goes, well done, solid job from Harrison Tebb. That's Alba Askew and Matt Collins, P3, and Scott Flack just gets in P4. Christian Conn will be crossing in P5. Oh, this is for position. That's Brad Martin and Craig Broadbent. Who's going to hold out? Looks like Martin's going to get it just in front of Craig Broadbent. Great job from him. And here comes Justin Bryce picking up the back of the field. Looks like Bill Cosmo will be coming home in 9. See, that's James Soto in P11. Wojciechowski already parked it because they've already crossed the line, so positions are held. Okay, so there's the results. It's Harrison Tebb taking the win, Alba Axcu, Matt Collins, your top 3. Scott Flack finishing in P4, just ahead of Christian Conn. Bradley Martin just ahead of Craig Broadbent. 1 lap longer and it would have been a different story. Justin Bryce finishing P8. Bill Cosmo recovering there for P9. James Spoto after that drive-through, he recovered well to move up into P10. P11, Troy Jaslowski, Alex Kittas, Hamish Gebby, Eli Newman in 14. David Baker, disappointing for him in 15. We've got Johnny Jr. In 16. Matthew Pritchard. 17. Braden Pritchard. Takes out P18. All right, once again, we're going to reset the server, go to a commercial break, get the grid sorted, and we'll be back as soon as possible.
Tahi, tell them about Entertainment Park.
Well, this place, it's like, it's...
My favourite place in the world!
The thing about this place is that
It's fun for all ages, no matter what your age. You'll love it.
what I really want to say about Entertainment Park is,
They have the best go-karts plus a great cafe. Games, bowling, simulation, but the go-karts, oh my God, they are so much fun.
look, thing is that this place is,
Perfect for my birthday party. Everyone said it was the best birthday party ever. Yeah!
what I really want to say about this place is,
Just say it!
it's a fully hectic, oh my God, venue.
Finally, entertainmentpark.com.au. And as Tahi says, it's hectic.
And oh my God. Entertainment Park has so much to it.
And we are proud to announce that we have joined forces with this incredible place. They've got simulation cars
You can choose your own car like a Formula One.
or V8 supercars, and you can choose your own track. I love the mountain. I'm king of the mountain. Not Mount Jewett, Mount Panorama.
Plus, there's an incredible go-kart track. No fumes, no smell.
And it's got a booster button too!
These booster buttons, unlike a video game, they're real. I'll catch you. Beat your fastest lap. Challenge your friends.
Have a feed at the cafe with an unbelievable menu. What? Dessert, coffee, and of course, a fully licensed bar.
10-pin bowling, video games, skills testers, laughs, play area, chill out areas and lounges, DJs and fun music.
It's safe, friendly, and plenty of parking. But some people drive to the city for that.
That's stupid.
Book now at entertainmentpark.com.au. Not just for kids.
Entertainment Park has so much to it.
And we are proud to announce that we have joined forces with this incredible place. They've got simulation cars.
You can choose your own car like a Formula One.
Or V8 supercars, and you can choose your own track. I love the mountain. I'm king of the mountain. Not Mount Jewett, Mount Panorama.
Plus, there's an incredible go-kart track. No fumes, no smell.
And it's got a booster button too.
These booster buttons, unlike a video game, they're real. I'll catch you. Beat your fastest lap. Challenge your friends.
Have a feed at the cafe with an unbelievable menu. What? Dessert, coffee, and of course, a fully licensed bar.
10-pin bowling, video games, skills testers, laughs, play area, chill out areas and lounges, DJs and fun music.
It's safe, friendly, and plenty of parking. But some people drive to the city for that.
That's stupid.
Book now at entertainmentpark.com.au. Not just for kids.
Okay, welcome back. We're on the last race of the night. We've reduced it to 30 laps instead of 40. We're running out of time at the moment tonight. So we'll reduce it to a 30 lap. Hopefully we'll see some pit stops as part of the strategy tonight. Lap 3 of 3, 30 lap enduro. So let's see how the boys go. We've calculated the grid and set the grid as such. And Scott Flack and Christian Condi are on the front row. Just going to wait for the wait for the lights. You'll be able to hear it if you pay close attention. Just waiting for one more Alpha to grid up in P8. There he is. Here we go. I can hear the revs rising. There we go, only one beep. Christian Conn a bit slow to get off. Harrison Tebb jumping the both of them. So they take it up the front there. It's Harrison Tebb, big group down below, trying to, two monster cars. And they all come through there. Oh, Brad Martin just getting clipped there. Once again through that corner. That's a monster corner. Easy corner to get turned around, and unfortunately Brad Martin has got a lot of work to do, but he hasn't lost too much time. He's still got plenty of time to get back into the race, as we see Harrison Tebb up the front, Justin Bryce, Matt Collins and Scott Flack. Beautiful. Craig Broadbent up into P5. That result in the second race really hurt his starting position here, but he's in a he's on the, looks like he's on the soft, so we're going soft. Sorry, he's on the hard, and Pritchard turning Cosmo around again. Unfortunately, through that turn, we'll have to see what happened there. We won't be able to bring up a replay until after the race. But it's Scott Flack, Craig Broadbent down the main straight. Christian Condi wants a piece of this as well, so he'll try and squeeze up to the back of this group. Come through nice and tight now. Oh, Craig Broadbent getting right up the back bumper of Scott Flack. Watch him go the inside. My prediction, he'll come out right last minute, but Scott Flack's moving across as well. Oh, they're level, turning in. Craig got the Betty, but he's not up far enough. Oh, where is he? He's right there. He's done the switch over. Christian Condi definitely wants to get up the back of this. Oh, the crossover. Christian Condi trying to come up the back of Broadbent as he's trying to attack Scott Flack in front for P4. It's a three-way battle now. We've got Collins in P3, and then it's Flack, Broadbent, Condi, as we can see on picture. Pritchard, I think that's Braden Pritchard. Broadbent trying to guard the inside, but it's not going to work. Flack still out in front. Broadbent side by side. Can Flack come over and cover that line? Otherwise he's lost that position. No, he's left it open, but he's going to try and outbrake and stay the outside. He's going to hold that position for the next corner. Con just tapping the back there. Broadbent getting away with that, almost getting lost with Christian Con tapping the rear quarter panel. But now Flack's just got to defend Christian Con. And they can't afford to race like this throughout the whole race. We'll see what the pit strategies are with the tyre selection for the race, so we know who's on who. So a couple of guys, Justin Bryce is moved up into P1. Oh, Harrison Tebb getting caught out there, just missed that accident. And Justin Bryce takes over P1 with Matt Collins. So Bryce is on soft, so I don't think he's going to make the whole race on that. Matt Collins, I think, likes his chances on hards. Craig Broadbent also soft, so we'll definitely see them come in to pit. So too Scott Flack, but Christian Condi said he only just made the last race on hard tyres. So even though he's on hards for this one, we'll definitely see him come through the pit. So look out for lap 15, I'd say, or the undercut around the lap 13, 14. Anyway, Baker getting a better job in this one as he's sitting in P7 at the moment. As he settles in, looks like Scott Flack's up the back of Christian Condi as he gets the job done past Flacky. And that's Braden Pritchard behind them, chasing him down as well. Braden Pritchard's last lap was a 101.9. So so he's closing up on the boys. David Baker was a 1:01.7, so he's climbing up even further. The fastest lap of the race is Harrison Tebb at the moment with a 1 minute flat .022, but that would have been in the earlier laps in clean racing. Justin Bryce out front. See if we've got his driver cam here. Yes, we've got Justin Bryce there. Currently in the lead of the race on lap 5, racing all the way from Byron Bay in his Pimax VR headset and next level V3 motion kit. Doing quite a good job there. He's looking up at his mirrors trying to see how far they are, but he can see orange in his rear vision mirror, so it's time to just keep the head down and go for it. He's got to extend the amount of laps it is when Broadbent catches him. He's currently lapping half a second faster that last lap, but Matt Collins is definitely defending, chasing down Craig Broadbent very well in the Ford. Look how quickly he took that turn. That was a great job using the inside curbs as to get the car to rotate and save on the tyres. Christian Condi is moving up too. Scott Flack just dropping down a bit there, so losing a bit of time as we'll go back live with Scott Flack in P5. Braden Pritchard, as we said, was P6. Alex Kiddis. Oh, Harrison Ted just getting the rear on the grass that you could see him losing, and that's that just means he's fallen off the back of Alex Kiddis for now. He's really really throwing that car around to turn in, but he's going to probably tuck in down Alex Kiddis down the back straight. David Baker behind him as well in P9. Bill Cosmo having a better race this time as we see the sun just coming out of the clouds. Brad Mays in the Yanmar Power Equipment Ford Mustang chasing down Bill Cosmo for P10. Troy Kozlowski, he's got traffic behind him. That's Matthew Pritchard and Brad Martin behind him. That's all for P12 at the moment, but Troy holding firm here. Looks like Alpha Axcu's coming up behind, as well as JJ and Eli Newman for Leadfoot Racing. Craig is closing, but the gap's only 1.6 seconds, and further back Matt Collins, P3. The battle on track at the moment will have to be for Pritchard, Kiddis, and looks like Tebb and Baker there. Braden Pritchard trying to defend, but here come the boys. They're going to close up pretty quickly. Oh yeah, the boys are switch. Oh, Tebb just getting caught up, turning the guys around. That's cost him a couple of positions. Alex Kiddis getting clipped once again. Harrison Tebb after that, leading the early parts of the race. Craig Broadbent now taking the lead. Matt Collins, Justin Bryce, what's happened to him? He's probably overshot one of the corners, and that's all it takes. He's lost 3 positions in half a lap. We were just watching him in the lead, but now he's fighting for P5 with fighting for P4 with Scott Flack, as you can see behind. Braden Pritchard just falling off, but P2's got a bit of breathing space now, as we saw Bill Cosmo just falling back with that altercation with Harrison Tebb. David Baker's trying to charge down the back of Tebb as well, so see how that goes towards the end of the race. Lap 9 of 30. And we're almost about to see the first run of pit stops. Brad Martin up in a P12 now, just ahead of Troy Kozlowski. I saw in the background. Alpha Axcu, after an awesome race 2 result, coming second, is now struggling back into P14. So he's been caught up in a couple of incidences and really just needs to get in a rhythm. Matthew Pritchard dropping back too. And we can see Johnny Jr. Just clipping the grass in the background. Craig Broadbent starting to stretch that lead now over 4.8 seconds, starting from P5. Bradley May's having a better job in P10 at the moment. As we see, looks like Pritchard's dropping further back. And Brad May's just going. That's for position, so Pritchard just managed to get back on track just to save P9 ahead of Brad Mays on track there. That's Brad Mays in the lower corner while he's chasing down Braden Pritchard on screen in the Yanmar entry, chasing the Super Cheap, both Ford Mustangs. We can see the head movement of Brad Mays turning into the corner as he chases hard. They'll go up the inside, really make it stick. Oh, they've just clipped and they're both gone. Pritchard wasn't able to hold it and he continues on. Like Flax just got the job done on Justin Bryce there. Bryce falling back. I think he's on softs now. It's probably time for him to come in and maximise the middle stint of the race there. Otherwise he'll probably lose a couple more positions. Bryce's last lap was a 101.7 where Flack was a 102.4. So it looks like Bryce is on the back of Flack. And that's Harrison Tebb in the background. Matt Collins, we can't see where. He's up in a P2. He's got Christian Condi right behind him too. So this is a battle ensuing as Broadbent's out in front. Matt Collins and Christian Condi battling it out for P2. This is a great job for these guys. Christian Condi, as I said before, racing from here at Racecentre. The Larry Perkins retro livery. I just hope he doesn't clip the wall there. You'd get a track limit notification to say he's only got a certain limit per race, so it's not much for this circuit because it is quite tough to stay on. I can see in the background Bryce and Flack battling for position as well. So a couple of little battles going on here for the front end of the race. Ooh. Collins probably looking in his rear vision mirror and forgetting a turn. He comes into the heavy braking zone. But Con's definitely chasing at the moment. We're on board with Christian Con now as we're chasing down Matt Collins. It's Ford Mustang versus Holden ZB Commodore. Probably the third last race of the season we'll ever use these cars and we'll ever say Holden ZB, as next year we'll be going to the Mustang and the Camaro. Definitely a different look as looks like David Baker's going into pit lane for his set of tyres. And that's lap 14. Oh, Cond almost touching the back of Collins there. Baker's come back out of the pits now as we see Harrison Tebb jumping in for his set. Very long and slow pit lane here, so if you can hold your tyres and make them work for the whole race, you're probably better off because it is quite haven't calculated how long it is, but as you can see there, we're only just making his pit stall there, and I think he's got about a 10-second stop before he rolls off. There he goes, back out. Still got Christian Condi on the back of Matt Collins. Better run onto the main straight for Condi as he's gaining. Oh, is he going to defend? How hard is he going to defend? That is the racing line, but will he pop out for the braking? Needs to come out wider to get a better run down the main straight, but Collins lighten it up there. You can see the rear end of that car. We're on board with Christian Con now. Or will he stick it up the inside? He's going to make the late move. Just gets it done. Well done. Nice clean move on Christian Con's behalf. Both the drivers staying on track. See Bryce ahead of Scott Flack in the background now. Oh, Collins really strong through that section. Both on the same tyres, so we'll see when they pit. Yes, and there's Matt Collins diving into the pit lane now. Very early pit line, pit entry there. You can see the line right back there. Definitely fools a lot of people, and so that's why we'll probably see a few of those pit lane penalties, and that's Eli Newman just ahead of him. And Justin Bryce also into the pits from P5. So this is the race. They're definitely trying the overcut to get better speed towards the end of the race. So we'll see how that pans out. We're just over halfway through now, and it's Christian Condi out in front. And the CC Racing team holding ZB. So Christian trying to look for his tyres. Most of his tyres are good, but due to the nature of this track, a constant clockwise right-hand turn, I think there's only one or two quick left-hand turns. The front lefts are burning up quite a lot. So he's still got a bit of meat on there, but not enough to protect the lead. He really needs to be lapping in the 101s in that last lap. Because they're dropping back down into, well, he's just gone into the 103s now, so it's definitely time for him to come in the pits. He's losing too much time out on track to the guys that have come through the pit lane already. So as they're coming through the pit lane, it's Scott Flack. Brad Mays is jumped in the pits. Scott Flack has got, looks like he's lapping Bill Cosmo that should not be competing for the position, the track position there. Anyway, he lets him go. He doesn't want to cause any issue. Broadbent up into fourth after his pit stop. So we'll bring up to see who has pitted so far. We can see Justin Bryce, but we know Broadbent's been through pit lane, so or yes, I'm sure he has. So Troy Cieslawski getting a penalty there. I think that's track limits. I'll just quickly see if I can see through the stewards. Drive through penalty, track limit, exceeded track limit. So, and Brad Mays has copped a pit lane penalty too as well, speeding in pit lane. So that's unfortunate there. As we go back live, Alpha Askew P3. And that's Christian Condi coming through pit lane as well now. So we'll see where he ends up. Scott Flack already taking the lead of the race now in P1. Stats are showing he hasn't pitted, but I'm sure he has, but I could be wrong. Christian Con, the first of the leaders, not registering all the pit stops it looks like. So we'll just rely on track position at the moment. So Scott Flack definitely still out there on lap 18 in the lead ahead of Alpha Askew, which I think due to him being further down the field earlier on in the race, this is without pitting, so we might see him come into pit lane pretty soon. Won't be this lap as he continues on through past the pit entry. Craig Broadbent now up in a P3 ahead of Troy Cieslawski, which unfortunately has got to serve a pit lane penalty for exceeding track limits. Justin Bryce definitely has come through the lane and he's back up into P6. Christian Condi's right behind him on fresher tyres. I think he's got like 2 laps or so fresher than Justin Bryce, so we'll see that race heat up, and here comes Harrison Tebb. He's the flying one at the moment. even though we just saw Craig Broadbent posting the fastest lap of the race with a 59.873. He's the fast charger, currently in P3, wanting to get back to the front. Braden Pritchard coming through pit lane at the moment. Got Justin Bryce and Chislowski falling off down the back straight now. And Chislowski getting out of the way, charging Christian Condi. Oh, see how deep he's braking there. He's managed to pull it up and get back on track and continues on, making huge gains on the back of Justin Bryce. Alex Kiddis on the charge now, moving up in P9, just ahead of Eli Newman there. David Baker, coming up. He hasn't been given the blue flag. Maybe Scott Flack will come in the pits. No, he's going to stay out there, but Scott Flack's just holding position. He's 22 seconds ahead of the rest. So my guess is he hasn't actually come into the pits. He's wanting to make it all in one go. So he's in 10 laps, he's got to defend 22 seconds, which is doable because Craig Broadbent's a further 3 seconds behind. So 25 seconds back, Scott Flack's just got to hold that out over the next 9 laps. So let's see towards the end of the race. Albert Axcu doing the same job. He's just got to stay there, but he's got Craig Broadbent right behind him on fresh tyres. So probably not going to work for him. But Matt Collins further back, another 13 seconds. So look, it can be done. We'll just have to, proof is in the pudding. David Baker now getting the blue flag for Scott Flack because he is within the 1.5 seconds, 1 second on the back of David Baker. Matthew Pritchard moving up in the top 10 as Chislowski serves his penalty. JJ is defending against, that's not Bill Cosmo, that is, JJ's been shown the blue flag, so I think that's Alpha Axcu right behind him. No, it must be Matt Collins. Yes. That's Matt Collins just getting through JJ at the moment that wasn't aware of the blue flag. Valley Martin, probably not the best result for him at the moment. Just sitting back in P15. Scott Flack still up the front. He's only lost about 2 seconds from, he's lost 5 seconds from Craig Broadbent since we were last on, but that was over 2 laps ago. So let's average that out to like 1.5 seconds with 8 laps to go. Could come down to the wire because closer towards the end of the race, Scott's going to get a lot slower here, but he is lapping in the 102s and Craig Broadbent's lapping in the 1 minute flat. So if Scott takes the win or even second, I think he might have the round win, which is a great job because the last few races we've seen Craig Broadbent just dominate each race and take in each round. So we could have a different round winner tonight. So if you're out there cheering for anyone, cheer for Scott Flack. As he's got he's just lost 2 seconds just in that half a lap we've been talking about it. So we'll see how we go. Albert Axcu still in P3. Matt Collins doing a great job in the second of the Monster Energy cars. He's in P4 at the moment, ahead of Justin Bryce, who's on the charge, and he's still got Harrison Tett behind him, and Christian Conn has been spat out the back. Maybe he's had an incident on one of the corners because he was definitely further up the field. Just ahead of Alex Kiddis. David Baker coming through onto the back straight now. Matthew Pritchard down the main straight. And we've got Troy Chislowski serving that penalty earlier for track limits ahead of Brad Mays. And there's a big group up behind. Bill Cosmo, Bradley Martin and Christian Conn. These two in front, the Shell and the Navy, that's for position, but they've got to let Christian Con through. As Brad goes off into the grass. And I think Braden Pritchard's on fresh tyres, so he's on the back of that group as well. That won't be for position, but Braden's on fresh rubber, so he'll be relatively quicker than Bradley Martin in front. Keep an eye on the times there. Scott Flack's defending 15 seconds with 5 laps to go. Looks like he may do it, but I don't want to put the commentator curse on it as Pritchard just moves out of the way for a lapped car. Harrison Tebb charging his way through, looking super quick through the section onto the main straight as he's charging down Justin Bryce. He's really trying to get up there to the back of Justin Bryce, and I think that's Collins just in front of them. So the 3 of them on the main straight, that's for position there. So that's for P4 with Collins, Bryce and Tebb. You can see them all in picture there now. And we've got Scott further up the road, 14 seconds. It's a bit of a gamble there because if Flack didn't pit, he's out of sequence with everyone on track, so he's likely to be trying to lap people, but everyone on fresher tyres is going to try and unlap himself because they know how much quicker they are than him, so that could interrupt him as we see Cieslawski just losing it on the grass there. Bryce closing right up on Matt Collins there. This will come down the wire. Those 3 will be top to tail. You watch coming through the main straight. The last time you can really get a job done is that hairpin coming onto that whole sequence of front straight. As you can see, there's no real room to overtake unless you make a mistake on the grass and the car behind you gains through your lack of momentum through the front section. Collins really taking that area tight, and he's got a great flow there in the Falcon, but here comes Justin Bryce. He's gone up the inside. He gets the job done. Well done at Justin Bryce. Will Collins come back? He's trying to. Oh, he's up beside him. But Bryce now has got to look in his rear vision mirror because here comes Christian Condi. Oh no, Bryce really getting loose there. Although I think it's Harrison Tebb behind these guys. There he is. And that's Bryce into the wall. All 3 of them together. Done away at 80. Tebb, the biggest winner out of that altercation. See how easy it is to get loose on that rear quarter. As they all come down the back straight, Bryce is probably fuming under that VR headset. But he's still got an opportunity to chase down Harrison Tebb and get that position back. P4, penalty for Cieslawski again. I'd say that's for the track limits once again. Tebb trying to defend that position now, but this is going to bring the others right behind. Oh, Bryce lighting up the rears. He's going to lose that position to Matt Collins. We'll see if Matt Collins is anywhere there, and there he is. So Bryce fading back now. He's just got to play it smart. He knows he's got a couple of laps to go. Just clipping the grass. Just settle in, get your rhythm back. He knows he can get the job done, but Collins is too strong through this section. You watch how much, well, he did lock up there. Watch how strong he just gets on the gas, Collins, and gets the drive out of this corner. Bryce can still get in this draft there and come out under the braking zone unless Collins comes across and defends that position. It doesn't look like it's going to happen as they brake hard into the back straight. Christian Con joining the fray now. He's in P7, but this is a three-way battle. Looks like Teb just stretching that lead a little bit, so I'd say it's a battle for P5. We've only got 2 laps to go. Scott Flack out front with 9 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Craig Broadbent doing all he can. He's at the other end of that back straight, but there's only 2 laps to go. We'll go back to Teb, Collins and Bryce. There it is, Cond. Oh, Con trying everything he can to get on the back of Bryce. Watching through this back section. Settling the car down early just so he can get on the gas early through this section. Oh, he's just got to play it safe, tuck in, get the draft. It's the second last lap. Bryce is defending. He's put himself in a good position. Con's going to have to come right round the outside to get the job done. Oh, he gets down the gears. Yes, he's locked up and they're both in the grass, but unfortunately Bryce has just slipped back. So that's a great move from Christian to move up into P6 at the moment. So they're starting to space out. I can see the other drivers behind here. I thought I saw a flash of orange, but it was a flash of red of Alex Kittis in P8. We're on the last lap of the race. Scott Flack, where is he? Oh, he's coming in the last corner. Coming off the back straight now, coming around the hairpin and onto the main straight. So great job from Scott Flack. Looks like he's going to get the job done. Got Johnny Jr. and Braden Pritchard behind him, but Scott Flack manages to get the job done without a pit stop. I don't know how he does it on those tyres. His last lap was only 1.5 seconds down from Broadbent, who's smashing the 101s at the moment, and that's Scott Flack crossing the line. Excellent job. Craig Broadbent, there he is. That's what the gap was. Congratulations to Scott Flack. It looks like with his results that he'll finish in the top, well, if not taking the round, the top 2 for sure. I'm sure he's taking the round, but we'll have to calculate that and let you know next time for next round, which will be Bathurst. Just make sure you stay tuned. Upper Axcu doing a great job not pitting and finishing in P4. Harrison Tebb crossing the line in P5, and what a great job from Matt Collins and Christian Condi and Justin Bryce giving us plenty of action to watch. Great racing today. Great to watch as well. So Alex Kittis taking P9. Matthew Pritchard, if he holds it firm, he's on the back straight. He'll be taking P9 ahead of Brad Mays, who I think got a pit lane penalty from memory. So I think he's already crossed, these boys have already crossed the line. So we're just waiting for Matthew Pritchard to come round and take the honours. Okay, so we'll bring up the race results so far as we see the top 10 have already crossed the line. Scott Flack, a great job, great tactic to not pit and save all that time. As I said before, it was a long pit stop, so giving away a lot of time and enough for Craig Broadbent to finish in second place. Upper Axcu also taking that same strategy and finishing P3, which saved him a lot because we saw him down the back of the race early on. So Harrison Tebb taking P4, Matt Collins P5, Christian Cond doing a great job getting ahead of Justin Bryce taking P6, and Bryce here from Byron finishes in P7. Alex Kittis, mediocre job from him. I know he wants to be up further, but great job to finish P8. Matthew Pritchard, excellent job for him tonight in P9. We saw him earlier stuck in the tie wall, so definitely recovered well to finish P9 in this race. Brad Mays closing out, finishing P10. P11. P11 we see David Baker taking honours ahead of Bradley Martin, Johnny Jr., Eli Newman moving up into P14. Phil Cosmo had that earlier incident, so too Troy Jaslowski having a couple of penalties there for track limits, and Braden I think was serving a couple pit lane penalties as well. So that's the top 17 for tonight, and that concludes the racing for tonight. We thank you for joining us. Next race will be bring up the schedule. It's going to be our Bathurst race. We've all been looking forward all year to this one. It's going to be at Mount Panorama on the 5th of October, so make sure you join us for that one on the 5th of October. That's going to be another enduro, so the boys are going to earn double points. But if you're following Racecentre and all our streams, our next race is at the British Touring Car, and we're taking the British Touring Cars to Lakeside. So if you remember the old days and the old spectacular races with Paul Morris and Tony Longhurst, make sure you tune in next week on the 14th of September at Lakeside. Okay, sorry for the feedback there. All right, so that concludes the coverage for tonight. Thank you for joining us once again, and we'll see you on the next one.